Welcome to the launch of the all-new Mazda CX-60. This is our first plug-in hybrid, our most powerful and largest car that we've ever introduced.
Our designers have created a high-quality interior inside an evolution of the now familiar Kodo exterior design, placing the CX-60 very firmly as a challenger to the established European brands of Audi, BMW and Mercedes. As with all Mazdas, the focus for our engineers has been to make this a great driving car, and I'm sure when you get behind the wheel tomorrow, you will see for yourselves how successful we've been at making this a really engaging drive.
The launch of the CX-60 represents a step change in how people will perceive Mazda and raises the expectations of customers. This is the start of a fundamental shift in our product portfolio, and over the next few years we'll introduce multiple models from hybrid to full battery electric vehicles. But before I share the product highlights, let me give you some insight into how our business has performed in the last year.
All manufacturers have suffered from production constraints as we work through the global impacts of the pandemic, and Mazda is no exception. Ongoing semiconductor and general parts supply disruption has resulted in the industry delivering similar new car volumes to the prior year when showrooms were forced to close. Our challenges have come from COVID outbreaks and lockdowns in East Asia, impacting our supply chains and logistics. This has resulted in Mazda UK receiving a little less than 70% of the production requested to meet the market needs. But our colleagues in Japan and Europe are working tirelessly to match production to customer demand, and CX-60 supply has been carefully protected. As production schedules changed, we have adjusted our planned channel mix to protect cars for retail customers, mitigating some of the impact on the dealer network. While in normal years the industry would be around 50-50 retail and fleet mix of sales, we've been operating at around a 75% retail mix during these challenging times. Despite reduced new car volumes and thanks to government support and exceptional used car department performance, the network returned record levels of profit in 2021 and is in a reasonable position for calendar year to date 2022. As we move forwards, production looks promising for Mazda, and we should see a positive end to the calendar year from a new car perspective.
We have long championed the internal combustion engine, and this will still power the majority of our cars across the world in 2030. These cars will be increasingly electrified, as set out in our building block concept in 2012. It showed how we would introduce electric technology over time on top of a base internal combustion engine, with the end goal being full battery electric in those markets that mandate for zero-emission vehicles. But in order to reduce CO2, we have to continue to develop and improve the efficiency of the internal combustion engine as the globe slowly transitions to electrification.
For the small product group, which includes Mazda 3, CX-30 and MX-30, we will develop hybrids, mild hybrids and EVs using a rotary engine as a generator, as well as launching plug-in hybrids. And for the large products group, with the CX-60 being the first new model, we took into account the regulations in global markets as well as customer needs, and have been creating a multi-solution architecture that can support mild hybrid, plug-in hybrid and even straight 4 and straight 6 gasoline and diesel engines.
Many years in development, these engines will be cleaner and more efficient than our current engines, lower CO2, lower NOx and better fuel consumption efficiency, while producing more power and greater drivability. Between now and 2025, we will launch 5 hybrid models, 5 plug-in hybrids and 3 battery electric vehicles off our scalable architecture, with the CX-60 being the first plug-in hybrid.
The CX-60 plug-in hybrid unit is combined with a Skyactiv-G 2.5-litre 4-cylinder engine, enabling the car to be driven on electricity for most daily driving.
Through applying our technological expertise in engine and electric drive technology and a human-centric development philosophy, we've created a new PHEV system that offers a very engaging driving experience. The car has ample torque that's comparable to a large displacement diesel engine and output similar to a turbocharged petrol engine.
Also, when the battery depletes through long-distance driving, the vehicle switches to HEV, which secures a range that is longer than that of an ordinary internal combustion engine model. As for driving, the combination of a 2.5-litre engine and the large electric motor provides instant response to the driver's input, enabling full utilisation of the available power.
We've also been busy with battery electric vehicle development.
In 2021, we launched our battery electric vehicle, the MX-30, and we successfully sold over 2,000 models in the last year. This continues to be a popular choice for those who want to make the transition to full electric. Before 2025, we will launch 3 BEVs globally, and from 2025 we'll have the dedicated BEV production line that is scalable and capable of building multiple body styles.
As I mentioned, we've not given up on the development of the internal combustion engine, and we will launch both petrol and diesel 6-cylinder engines in the CX-60, both equipped with a 48-volt mild hybrid system. Larger displacement engines may seem counterintuitive, but the bigger an engine's displacement, the wider the high-efficiency range can be expanded. At a high load and at highway speeds, a larger engine is also less stressed, enabling better performance and drivability. When a small engine is used at a light load, the engine is inefficient, but the more cylinders an engine has, it increases the usage of the low RPM range, which in turn improves efficiency. So let me give you a little more detail about the new e-Skyactiv-X engine. The 3-litre petrol e-Skyactiv-X takes advantage of the good vibration balance that inline 6-cylinder engines are known for, and combines this with enhancements to the precise combustion control technology which was developed for the 4-cylinder e-Skyactiv-X.
Using spark-controlled compression ignition with a high compression engine, we're able to reduce emissions and improve fuel economy over a traditional spark ignition engine. The engine delivers smooth acceleration and an engaging sound, and due to enhanced lean combustion technology, the unit also achieves the same fuel economy as the 4-cylinder e-Skyactiv-X engine. Moving on to the all-new 3.3-litre diesel engine, this is the next step towards our goal for ideal combustion, with the potential to use both carbon-neutral liquid e-fuels or biofuels as the world transitions to EVs. We were able to increase thermal efficiency in the new diesel engine by over 40% for a considerable part of the practical operating range. The larger engine displacement serves as an enabler for better fuel efficiency and low NOx emissions throughout the engine. The higher engine torque provides an excellent driving feel as well as a fuel efficiency and emissions equal to smaller SUVs.
As the world has evolved in its thinking around accelerating CO2 reduction, we've updated our ambition to reflect the direction of travel globally. Our plan is to have 25% of our global model lineup as full battery electric vehicles by 2030. The remaining 75% of our models will have some form of electrification on top of a base internal combustion engine. But of course, the cadence of actual sales mix will reflect local demand, and we would expect Europe and the UK to have a significantly greater proportion of EV mix at this point. In the UK, we will follow the government trajectory on sales percentage requirements for zero-emission vehicles through to 2030, when our lineup will be BEV and PHEV only, and full BEV after 2035. The all-new Mazda CX-60 further expands our SUV lineup. Back in 2012, just 2% of our sales were SUVs, but with the introduction of the CX-60, SUVs will now make up 70% of our total sales in 2022. This is the first new model from our large product group to be introduced in Europe, and will be followed by the 7-seat CX-80 within the next 2 years.
The Mazda CX-60 PHEV represents everything that we've built into our DNA over the last 100 years, from outstanding exterior and interior design to the finest Japanese craftsmanship, the latest innovations in human-centric technologies, and world-leading powertrains.
The Mazda CX-60 PHEV launches ahead of the 6-cylinder petrol and diesel mild hybrid powertrains. It combines a Skyactiv-G 2.5 4-cylinder direct injection petrol engine with a large 129 kilowatt electric motor and a 17.8 kilowatt-hour high-capacity battery. This combination of engine and motor delivers a total system output of 327 PS and abundant torque of 500 Newton meters, making it the most powerful road car Mazda has ever produced. The Mazda CX-60 PHEV delivers highly impressive performance, accelerating from 0 to 62 in just 5.8 seconds and onto a limited maximum speed of 125 miles an hour. The new Mazda PHEV also displays outstanding environmental credentials. WLTP combined fuel consumption is an impressive 188 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions just 33 grams per kilometre.
The positioning of the high voltage battery between the front and rear axles and as low as possible within the body shell gives the new Mazda CX-60 a particularly low centre of gravity. When combined with a permanent all-wheel drive system, this gives the car superior handling characteristics on a par with the best in the premium market. The all-new Mazda CX-60 is based on Mazda's Skyactiv multi-solution scalable architecture, which features numerous enhancements that offer excellent driving dynamics, while a comprehensive range of advanced driver assistance systems ensures active safety at the highest level and targets a Euro NCAP 5-star safety rating. We've always offered a high standard specification on our cars, and with the CX-60 we see another step change in the quality feel and the level of equipment that really elevate CX-60. The entry exclusive line specification level offers 18-inch alloy wheels, a black interior, 12.3-inch centre screen, heated steering wheel and front seats, head-up display and the ability to preheat or pre-cool the car through the My Mazda app. Moving on to the Homura, this car gets gloss black external trim, 20-inch black metallic alloy wheels, front ventilated driver and passenger seats with both cooling and heating functions, heated rear seats, a 12-speaker Bose sound system, and the Mazda driver personalisation system, and I'll talk about this neat feature shortly. Then top of the range is the Takumi, which comes with white Napa leather, maple wood interior accents, unique interior stitching, 20-inch black machined alloy wheels, and chrome exterior detailing. And a full-length panoramic sunroof is optional on both the Homura and Takumi models.
We've associated the phrase crafted in Japan with the Mazda CX-60, but why? Taking this inspiration from traditional Japanese craftsmanship, we're able to define Mazda in a way that positions us in a uniquely Japanese premium territory. The CX-60 is beautiful and dynamic styling, which features the very latest iteration of Kodo design. You see that both inside and outside the car, and a lot of it is down to this amazing rear-wheel drive look to the SUV architecture. The electric charging of this PHEV uses a Type 2 charger. It takes 2 hours 20 minutes on an 11 kilowatt charger. So one of the really neat features that I like about this car is the Mazda driver personalisation system, all new to our range. Now what it does, based on the physique of the person sat in the driver's seat, and it can take up to 6 different people on the memory, is set everything up for your personal preferences, and that's seating, lighting, heating, the mirrors, the head-up display. A really super feature. The interior design is absolutely fabulous, from the maple wood and the Napa leather through to this uniquely worked Japanese fabric that we see on the dashboard and in the side of the doors here. This car features kinematic posture control, which makes cornering absolutely superb. It basically brakes the inside rear wheel, and that reduces the amount of roll as you go into the corner. It makes the car feel incredibly planted, feels much smaller, much lighter than it really is. Brilliant to drive, really makes a difference. The My Drive feature allows you to select one of several modes of driving to optimise this balance between the internal combustion engine and the electric motor of the PHEV. So in normal it does that and makes the most of the fuel efficiency. In sport it would hold on to the gear a little longer to allow much quicker overtaking manoeuvres, for example. We then have the EV only mode, so you'd be driving it in pure electric for as long as the battery is charged, and then finally the sort of towing and off-road mode. So a whole selection of different options for the driver. The CX-60 offers 39 miles of pure electric drive when driving under 62 miles an hour, and that really is just perfect for most people's commutes. Once on the move, the two power sources work seamlessly together to give the most efficient performance for any type of driving. I'm hugely impressed by the Mazda CX-60, and it marks a huge step change really in the product and technologies that Mazda brings to market. In my 20 years in the company in the UK, this is by far the most important car that I've ever been involved in launching, and will bring all new customers to the brand, and I think elevate the brand overall. You'll be driving this car yourself on the stunning roads of North Wales, some of my favourite driving country, and up into Snowdonia. And I'll be really interested to hear your opinions and your views on the car when you get back. When you leave this presentation, we have an exhibition on Crafted in Japan, which I'd encourage you to spend a little time exploring. The featured artists are all Japanese or inspired by Japanese crafts, working in the UK and Europe using traditional Japanese techniques. The exhibition was curated by Time Out, and I hope you like it.